England injury blows, Arsenal star breaks rule, FIFA reacts to scandal, World Cup roundup. There was all sorts of drama overnight at the World Cup, both on the field and away from the pitch, as England discovered who they will face if they get through to the round of 16. Everything you need to know that happened during Tuesday night and Wednesday morning at the World Cup. England double injury blow. Thomas Tuchel has confirmed that both Jarell Quansah and Reece James will miss England's crucial World Cup knockout match against Dr. Congo. The manager revealed that Quansah twisted his ankle during the 2-0 victory over Panama, while James remains sidelined with a hamstring issue. Bukayosaka boost. However, Tuchel did confirm Saka is expected to be fit to start if Tuchel decides to deploy the Arsenal ace in his starting lineup. Ecuador versus Mexico delayed. The World Cup knockout clash between Mexico and Ecuador at the Estadio Azteca was delayed by an hour due to severe weather conditions in Mexico City. The pre-match warm-ups had to be swiftly suspended when intense thunder and lightning strikes were detected within the vicinity of the stadium. Hydration break confusion. Ahead of the delayed kickoff, there was considerable confusion surrounding the implementation of mandatory cooling intervals during the match. Officials initially declared that there would be no hydration breaks permitted, only to make a sudden U-turn and reinstate them just 20 minutes later. FIFA explained Germany via call. FIFA referees chief Pierluigi Collina has strongly defended the controversial VAR decision to disallow Germany's late winning goal against Paraguay, which was labelled as a scandal by Julian Nagelsmann. Jonathan Tah's goal was ultimately chalked off because German defender Waldemar Anton was judged to have deliberately obstructed Paraguay's goalkeeper, Orlando Gil. Collina explained that whilst holding a position is legal, moving intentionally to impede an opponent without attempting to play the ball will be strictly punished. Mexico reach round of 16. Mexico successfully booked their place in the World Cup round of 16 by securing a convincing 2-0 victory over Ecuador in front of a home crowd. First half goals from Julian Quinones and Raul Jimenez proved to be the difference as the hosts made their home advantage count. Infantino tribute to Iran. FIFA President Gianni Infantino has praised Iran's national football team for their remarkably resilient performance during the 2026 World Cup. Despite suffering an early group stage exit, Team Melli earned high praise from the governing body's chief for remaining completely unbeaten during their group stage run. Piero Hincapie sent off. Ecuador's frustrations boiled over deep into stoppage time when Arsenal defender Piero Hincapie was shown a straight red card after a heated confrontation with Mexico's Santiago Jimenez. The player was dismissed under strict tournament regulations because he covered his mouth whilst directing comments toward his opponent. England to face Mexico. Should England manage to defeat DR Congo in their upcoming fixture, they are officially scheduled to face Mexico in the high-stakes round of 16. This blockbuster encounter would take place at the iconic, atmosphere-packed Estadio Azteca in Mexico City. Arsenal star Piero Hincapie falls foul of new FIFA rules moments before his World Cup ends. Arsenal defender Piero Hincapie was shown a red card in stoppage time of Ecuador's World Cup 2026 round of 30 fixture against Mexico. Arsenal defender Piero Hincapie has become the second player at the World Cup to receive a red card for covering his mouth while speaking to an opponent. The Ecuador centre-back was dismissed after confronting Mexico striker Santiago Jimenez during their round of 30 fixture in the tournament. Mexico went on to secure a 2-0 victory over Ecuador in Mexico City, setting up a last 16 clash against either England or Dr. Congo, scheduled for early Monday morning, 1 a.m. at this same venue. Julian Quinones and Raul Jimenez netted the goals for Mexico to book their place in the next round. though it was during stoppage time that the real drama unfolded at the Estadio Azteca. Hincapie was spotted approaching Jimenez and appeared to cover his mouth with his hand while addressing the Mexico striker. Jimenez promptly alerted referee Slavko Vincic, who subsequently reviewed the incident via the VAR pitch-side monitor. Following a brief review, Vincic handed out a red card for Hincapie, with the Arsenal defender becoming only the second player at this year's tournament to be dismissed under the new ruling. Former Newcastle United star Miguel Almiron became the first player to be sent off under the new rules at this year's World Cup, receiving his marching orders during Paraguay's victory over Turkey in the group stages. Hincapie's red card has sparked considerable discussion on social media, with numerous supporters voicing their confusion over the Arsenal defender's behaviour. One fan on X said, "Keep your hands away from your mouth." Another added, "So stupid from Hincapie." And the third put, "When Almiron did it... you might get some grace, because the rule is new. Hincapie has zero excuse." Former Premier League player Joby McAniff offered his assessment of Hincapie's dismissal and explained why he supports the new regulation that has been implemented by FIFA for this World Cup. "I'm all for this rule," McAniff said on ITV. "At the end of the day, if you're covering your mouth, you're clearly saying something that you shouldn't be saying.